Northern Arena 2 was our first taste of competitive Rocket League since the epic Season 5 RLCS Finals. Finally, a chance for some of the teams who didn't make it to LAN to take a crack at Jknaps, so we could all see if there was anybody capable of playing at the same level as either Jknaps or NRG. And the end results were basically the same as RLCS, however the series themselves were very different. It was great to see teams like Cloud9 and Flipside play really solid again, and watching Cooksier average like 3 or 4 goals per game was probably the most gratifying part of the entire tournament. So for those of you that did miss the action, or maybe you just want to relive it, I'm going to give you my picks for the best goals from the tournament. There were so many crazy team plays and goals, it was really hard to pick between them, so make sure to let us know in the comments below which ones you thought were the best. Also, before I get into the video, I wanted to let you know that this video is sponsored by GAMERLINK. GAMERLINK is basically a looking for group app for gamers. So if you're looking to trade or just to queue up with someone around your rank, this is the best place to do it, and it's completely free. Now, if you haven't tried it yet, I definitely recommend downloading it. I've put a link in the description below if that's something that interests you. Alright guys, let's get into my picks for the 10 best goals from Northern Arena 2. Number 10, Gimmick. Some of the car choices for this tournament were actually pretty surprising, and it was really weird seeing players like Rizzo and Gimmick and Fireburner actually use the Dominus. I know they've all used different cars before, and seeing Fireburner use the Dominus was less of a shock because he does use flat cars, but seeing Gimmick use the Octane just felt weird. That is until you saw some of his goals. This was game 5 of the intense series between Cloud9 and G2. For some reason their series always seemed to be close.
Offense right now, and just G2 looking very passive right now, not looking like there's any sense of urgency here, and that's going to allow Cloud9 to score yet again. Gimmick sinking in a third.
Just very timid on defense. You see both players up, Rizzo and Kronovi, both in the right spots. One on the backboard, one far post. Neither go for it. Where's the communication to say, okay, I'm going to challenge it, because if you...
Number 9, Squishy Muffins, number 1. There's no better way to start out a game than with a full court air dribble over the entire opposing team. I think my favorite part about this goal is Squishy's awareness. Just watch closely how Squishy awaits for the final defender to attack before getting this last touch over his head. It's basically a perfect read.
Will it be Fireburner and NRG, or will it be Gimmick and Cloud9 moving on to the lower finals and a date with Flipside? There is Squishy Muffins doing what he does best.
So Squishy, he baited out the defense here by not using boost for about 2 seconds there. So Garret might have thought, hey, he has a little bit less boost than I thought. So he goes for the challenge, and that's what Squishy uses, the last of his boost, to fake out Garret G and get that goal.
Number 8, Garret G, number 1. Garret G is arguably the best player in the world right now. He's at least the best player in North America, in my opinion. His car and his ball control is honestly astounding. I personally think he's made the last 2 tournaments so much more fun to watch. As each tournament goes by, I feel like his game gets a little bit better, and I think it shows that he's probably working at his game as hard as basically anybody else out there. And this is just one of many of his crazy goals from this tournament.
Of course, first 30 seconds is always see what's going on, figure it out. Is that true, Sad? Like, what do you do in those first 30 seconds to a minute of gameplay? Is it force a goal, or is it figure out what your teammates are doing? Oh my God! Answer that in a second.
That's what you do in the first 36 seconds. You go for the double touch. Garret G. This is the Garret we saw at the World Championship. FLuuMP had tried to read it, just didn't have enough time, and Garret, he will make you pay.
Absolutely, a single mistake is going to turn into a goal.
Number 7, the Squishy Redirect. There were quite a few weird and crazy goals in this tournament, but this one is probably the weirdest. Again, it's impossible not to be impressed with Squishy's awareness, especially when you see the goal from his perspective. Even when you know there's someone there, it's still hard to see this defender right beside him going for the save. And the way he puts it right in the corner of the goal, just out of his reach, is incredible.
G2 under a ton of pressure, able to make a bunch of miraculous saves to stay alive.
That touch was needed by Squishy at midfield to give Torment a chance. A shot! What an angle from Squishy! Just doing it to G2, and they put that one away.
So not only does he win that challenge, he's staying upfield, and Torment recognizes it immediately. But the issue is if he plays into that ball, it's going to go wide of the net. So what does he do? He hits it and so he can redirect it, but then he backflips so the trajectory is still there, but it's slow enough to get inside. What a great heads-up play from Squishy Muffins.
Number 6, Fireburner. Fireburner is no longer the guy who just wins 50-50s and sort of plays anchor for your team. And he's not just the guy scoring open nets either. He's really become a mechanical god in the past few months. Part of what made this tournament so entertaining was all of the solo plays. It felt like more often than usual, players were trying to just make plays happen for themselves, and it worked in a lot of cases. Here's one of the crazier ones.
Very dangerous for PSG, but they got away with one.
All right, Justin's starting to feel good. He's trying to go for some seal plays. I like that confidence. That play just didn't work out for him.
Fire double touch, and that will drop down. We talked about Fire shooting earlier. This time, right on point.
So I think Fire hurt us earlier, Leth, and he gets this one. Quality shot, quality air roll as well to just push that ball down, and beautifully by the...
Number 5, Jknaps. We haven't seen a whole lot of flip reset goals on the biggest stages for Rocket League. I think this is partially because 3 defenders rarely give you enough time and enough space to make shots like this happen. Flip reset goals take a little bit of time to pull off. Sometimes the only way to have these kinds of opportunities is with a really nice little back pass. Now watch closely how well this move just completely fools the defense.
Find out now who it is. Both these teams being dropped down into the lowers earlier in the day. They've had a bit of a break to think about what went wrong. And right now, there's your man, Jknaps, stepping up for you.
Wow, I saw that reaction, Nozaduke. You want to tell us about what that feeling was?
I mean, that was a nice little flip reset by Jknaps, but I was not expecting Martin to keep that far up and get put out of position by it.
Number 4, Garret G, number 2. Garret G has a way of scoring goals from angles that seem completely impossible. Most of us wouldn't even think to try a double touch from this spot on the field. And then of course we probably wouldn't drain it in the top corner either.
Coming on, and this will be bombed away. Garret cherry picking down there. He'll need to follow this himself, and he does!
And that's what we want to see out of Garret G. He did it like in Game 5 overtime. He does it again here. Look at that angle, and just barely has enough left to put it into the corner of the net.
Number 3, Justin. Justin had quite a few goals over the course of this tournament, but this one was just so smooth. The way that Justin reacts to the pass after falling from the sky is amazing. And of course, you've got to add in some nice air rolls. When energy is on, their offense is basically impossible to defend. Like, how do you even begin to defend a play like this?
It's Justin to throw this over towards Fire. Looking for the redirect on target. What a response from Justin.
Right off the kickoff. That's exactly what you want. Fireburner right back to Justin. And doing some little spins there, but the location, Gimmick just has to watch. There's nothing he can do about that. And energy just like that, right back in the lead.
Number 2, Garret G, number 3. Now, it's debatable whether this is Garret G's best goal from the tournament. It's honestly probably not. I just love it for some reason, even in its simplicity. It's honestly just a simple high pass to a player who has an insane reaction time and insane control, and for me, it sums up what we all want in Rocket League. The ability to completely humiliate the other team with our incredible pass plays.
And those small touches by Garret where he just gets it away from the defender so they can't clear it back is exactly what you need. And Garret G, he is warming up perfectly in time for this Gimmick series that it looks like energy is about to face.
Yeah, Garret G has been phenomenal, really, ever since about the 4th game of that Cloud9 series.
Alright guys, my pick for the best goal of the tournament goes to this 0-second goal from Torment. Now, in terms of difficulty and style, this one obviously wasn't the most impressive. It just felt so good to see Cloud9 playing to their full potential. For whatever reason, I just didn't feel like this past RLCS really showed what they're capable of. They have what it takes as a team to be the best in the world. It just hasn't all clicked at the right time. And it was really good to just see in this tournament Cloud9 playing on the level that I think they should be playing at.
There's a final few seconds ticking away in a closeout opportunity for Cloud9. Overtime could be required though, unless they've got some heroics at the end. They got it off the backboard. There's Torment. His shot's off the post. It's still there. And Torment makes sure it goes in. It's Gimmick strike that pushes Cloud9 through to the semis.
I just somehow had it in my heart that I knew they could do this. Cloud9 is so good at getting these 0-second goals, and when it hit 30 seconds and they scored to tie it up.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out my other top 10s if you like these kinds of videos. I've made a bunch of them, and I've done videos on things like the best 0-second goals, and the best players, and the best teams, and really a lot of it just covers all the crazy things that have happened in the past 3 years of Rocket League. And I've also got videos on mechanics and skills. I'll put links in the description below if any of those things interest you. Also, be sure to check out GAMERLINK. Again, that's the free app that I mentioned earlier that's for gamers looking to find other gamers. So that link is in the description below. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Peace out.